up and warm welcome to another fantastic episode of Blockbuster Movies and Television, but I am going to name it a new name tonight, and we're going to call it B.M.G.T. We're going to take the names from that, and we're going to make a brand new channel, which we've done this week. So, this is the first show on this channel. Smash a like and subscribe, do all the lovely stuff. Thank you for coming. Thank you for enjoying it. Right, first and foremost, let me pick up my partner in crime, Corey. How are you doing?
Let's get this started.
Right, so first and foremost, we're going to do a round out. Right, first and foremost, we're going to start a round out of 2025, and I'm going to say some of my best movies came out this year, and for last year, I'm going to say the Karate Kid Legends. I'm going to start with that. What were your thoughts on the Karate Kid Legends, Corey?
Move on. I watched it for about an hour and then got bored. I just couldn't get into it.
I thought it was a fantastic way to conclude Cobra Kai, to be fair. Because Cobra Kai just finished just before that. And so
I still really haven't sat down to watch it all. So
yeah, well, that's naughty because really truly Cobra Kai is a massive series and it's a good roundup for the original Karate Kid and the next Karate Kid films. But this one here united all of them with the 2012, I would like to say, Karate Kid with Jackie Chan and with Jaden Smith. So
a very terrible
this one
film.
united
that one
all
as
of
well.
them, and it basically so they were one family, one tree. But I felt it was a good series. Like I said, for me, it rounded off Daniel LaRusso's story perfectly as a sensei going into New York and teaching Jackie Chan's new student their form of Miyagi-Do. So I have to rate it highly in my top movies of 2025 because I did like the way it felt. Right, now Superman. What are we gonna say, Corey?
Loved it. I mean, they brought back some of the emphasis of Man of Steel himself, really, instead of sort of like sugarcoating his powers and then making him sort of like wishy-washy in other films that have come previously. I mean, the last good thing I remember watching as Superman was Smallville, and then since then there's not really been much. They brought out films and then killed him off, and now they've brought him back, and they need to make him bigger and better than what they did last time around. Otherwise, it's just going to be a waste of time.
Yeah, I agree with that. But you know what? When I first watched it, I thought I wasn't too hung up on Nicholas Hoult being Lex Luthor. But now he seemed to grown on me, the character that he portrayed, and especially after I watched him in, I would like to say, the John Cena program, which is going to be on top of my tongue. Go on. Come on, it's in my head. The John Cena TV series. Because he was in that for episode 6. Come on. Peacemaker. He was
there we go, finally got there.
Right, I got there in the end. Come on, man. I will get there in the end. I've got so much going on in
I was like, Connie, get it. If he doesn't say it, I'm going to say it.
I know you were going to say it, so I thought I'd get it before you did. But yeah, Peacemaker, they did actually cross over the two series, and what Nicholas Holt's character of Lex Luthor stood out more, especially when you saw how the government tried to get him to open up the wormholes and that. So I'm going to give Superman more credit than I originally gave it. And plus, it also brings the Supergirl, which we're going to talk about later on. All right, next series I'm going to talk about was The End of Hoover, which was the Arnold Schwarzenegger series, was based on his True Lies. I thought that was a good way to end the series off. They had Carrie Ann Moss in there. You also had a few other celebrities that Schwarzenegger had in there as well. Corey, have you seen Fubar?
No, I didn't even know there was a thing for it. So that's how included. I love Arnie, but I haven't watched everything modern of Arnie because after a certain point with Arnie, it's like, yeah, they just seem to roll into the same thing all the time.
No, this one actually is quite different because they made a TV series of True Lies here, which was his movie back in the 90s. and so he declined the role in True Lies here to do Fubar. And the first series of Fubar, yeah, outshot the original series of True Lies that they did, the TV series. So when they made the second Fubar episode, they had a lot more people come in there. Like I said, Kerry Ann Moss came in there for a season. But
Yeah,
yeah,
nice with that one.
unfortunately,
I
yes.
didn't. I honestly didn't know Arnie did something new. I thought pushing 80 plus, he might have like slowed down a bit, you know. But
Nah, it's still doing a few things for Netflix, and that was a good Netflix series. But right,
he's got to earn his crust somewhere after not being the mayor anymore, I guess.
true. Right now, this one we're going to talk about Wednesday. I felt Wednesday was one of the best was one of the best series I watched this year as well. I have to
I
say,
absolutely
when
adored it, especially with the Ravens calling and everything like that. Her getting her powers back and then losing them, getting them back, seeing her friend's death. And
mhm.
it just all tied in really well. I wish they'd given a
The
little bit more
crossover,
emphasis to Pugsley a bit more because I do love Pugsley as a character in the Adams Family. They could have done a lot more with the family as a whole, but it is about Wednesday, really, isn't it? Wednesday and
true.
Thing's
But Uncle
connection,
Fester did
and then
come in.
finding out like Thing is a part of a big bad that gets
Yeah,
it near the end. So you're like, oh no, it used to be somebody else, an evil bastard's hand. You're like, shit, all right. You're sitting there like, okay,
true, true.
I could deal with this, but I always felt Thing was just an entity that the Adams family brought to life, and then that to probably give it a proper background and character. Still waiting for cousin It to show up somewhere, but
Yeah, same as that. But at least we had Uncle Fester, Corey. But at least we had Uncle Fester, Corey, and that was big because Uncle Fester, yeah, did shine in that series as well. Because I do like Uncle Fester. He is well truly unhinged, Uncle Fester.
oh,
Especially
Uncle
when you remember
Fester in
back in
any
the cartoons.
series, any film is the character you look at to do something crazy all the time.
I agree. Right
Absolutely
now,
adored Wednesday. I mean, they did so much with it that
all that do one where she actually becomes her best friend, and she actually takes. It's like the two
the
of
whole
them swap
Freaky
places.
Friday body thing. Yeah, and she's
Yeah,
like, I'm allergic to color, and she's like that. She's got like icks and ives and everything all over, and she's like,
and
I
she
need my
bursts out in song.
cream.
And she bursts out in song. Yeah, she's basically going through the whole school in song. That was brilliant.
The
But
grandmother as
yeah, there
well.
was
The
so
actress
many.
that plays the grandmother as well. She really plays like that part so well. Can't remember her name.
Especially her
That's gonna
relationship
wind
with
me up.
Morticia. I agree, especially her relationship with Morticia, played by Catherine Zeta-Jones. Their relationship in that series was very good, and
Mm.
especially, you know what else I liked here? The round off with the bad guy in the first series, how he kills his mother in the second series, and
Yeah,
it's
I
basically,
mean,
and then basically becomes free because the mum was in control of the pack. Once he had killed her off, he was basically a free entity. So they actually
yeah,
built
I
on the
mean
first series as
the
well.
whole master and obedient thing was pretty well done through Wednesday as well. It
Mm,
could have got really boring, but it was done to perfection. They didn't overdo it. They didn't undersell it either. They did it
mm.
perfectly with the whole series. And then, like, just let's get the season 3 already. Don't leave it another 5, 6 years like they did with Stranger Things.
Well,
Please don't do that.
as and you know what? Just like magic here, Corey brings up the next program I was going to show up, which was going to be Stranger Things. Right, Corey. Yeah, the
Very
series has just
blurry.
finally finished after New Year's Day. Final episode, episode 8, season 5. Now,
Mm.
Corey, what is your overall picture of Stranger Things, and what do you think?
Absolutely loved it. And my boy Dustin finally got more screen time than what I've been crying out for years. Dustin needs more time. I loved one of the scenes because like he was so attached to Eddie in season 4, and then
Yeah,
season
yeah,
5, it was like him and Harrington, him and Steve were like fighting, and he was like, "I can't lose you, man. I can't do it again," like that business. And then they start becoming best friends again. You're like, that was a really thought out, well done scene. I mean,
yeah. Do you know? Do you know what else I like?
there's some questionable moments in season 5 where yeah, a lot of people in the fan base have brought it up, but I'm not going to say it live over
No, but do
YouTube
you know what else
because
I
a
like
lot
today,
of people have
Corey?
gone on about it.
Do you know what else I like, Corey? Yeah, the bromance. Once they got Nancy out of the way, the bromance between Steve and Jonathan actually
Oh
showed up
yeah,
in the last episode. right? And both of them actually gave their own side of why they disagreed with each
You know
other.
what? When they did the fake death or the fake death on
Yeah,
Harrington, I was like, you. I was about to turn it off. Then it's like, yes, Myers, you saved him. I'm like, yeah, go on, son. I was
yeah,
like,
because
oh man.
Jonathan's
I'm
been
sitting there
one
like,
of my favorites.
you can't kill Harrington like that, making him fall off the fucking tower. At least give him a
Well,
good
John,
death.
well, Jonathan's been one of my favorites from the beginning. I have to say I did like Jonathan Byers from the first season onwards, and I was so happy that him and Nancy got together. But in season 5, yeah, the realization that their relationship wasn't long term and they both went their separate ways. They felt they were holding each other back and they weren't being
Mm.
themselves in the relationship. I felt that was quite a good storyline as well. And I
I mean,
also felt, yeah, and
Derek as
then
well. I love dipshit Derek, or delightful Derek as he was torn towards the end. It's like, yeah, I love this kid. And then when you see him in shorts outside of it with the guy that's playing Vecna, and they do a big back and forth. He goes, "Hey, you ain't got to kill me." He goes, "We'll find out towards the end." Like that, so driving off in this golf cart. It's so good. It's like, oh
I
man,
feel Erica. Do you know what I
suck
feel?
my fat one.
Erica, yeah, was done dirty. I feel in that whole season 5, she was done dirty because she was actually a star in season 4, and in season
Mm.
5, yeah, she hardly has any parts in there, and I felt they undercooked her character. Um,
Or like I
Lucas,
says, now I don't have
Lucas
to
and
listen
Max.
to Kate Bush anymore.
Well, I'm sorry, but Lucas is my favorite character, and Lucas and Max here, the way the love story in that was brilliant, and for me, I
Oh
thoroughly
yeah.
enjoyed watching that.
I've been a Dustin fan since day one, so I'm like, give
Well, I've been a
Dustin more
Lucas fan
time,
since day
man.
one. I was a Lucas fan from day one. I was a Jonathan Byers fan from first season. Um, who else was I liked I liked some parts of Nancy because she reminds me of Sarah Connor from Terminator. So many
I
parts, especially
absolutely
in
adore
season 5.
Nancy. The character, the actress, she's just she's
Especially
like
season
the
5,
perfect
but
woman in that sense. You're like that. Mm.
you know, the last episode, you know, when Mike asks for a gun and she basically gives him a flare gun.
Give him a flare gun. So who's gonna be bait? Who's gonna run? I'll run. She's down there with like an M14 shooting up at the mine flare. They're all just throwing bottle bombs and everything at this thing while Al was, valiantly battling, and then all of a sudden, Will, oh, I've got powers again. Like, fuck's sake, man. I called it from
Right,
day one.
okay,
That kid's going to end up with powers somewhere down the line, and it just bored his whole
right,
power
okay,
and
all right.
all his powers coming
As
out. That bored me.
right, as we mentioned this year, because this is perfect segue to the last one of 2025 for me, the star of 2025. I hate clowns, Corey, for one reason and one reason only. But the enemy, the Stranger Things here, happened to turn into the enemy of one of my most, well, fearful horror movies, Stephen King's It. And we're going to go into the best series for me of 2025, Welcome to Derry. What a series for me.
It
From
was
the
good,
first
but
episode,
I'm gonna
from the,
I'm gonna state that Stranger Things was my favorite out of these two.
you think so?
So yeah, you've got your overall favorite. The way they wrapped up, I'm gonna say this: the way they wrapped the whole Stranger Things arc up was beautifully done. Especially the last couple of scenes where they're all playing D&D, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh no, is that it?" And then Max, she gets really uppity about herself. Then they realize they've got this spell, this chant to bring, and then it's just so perfectly done. Then they all start putting their like character books back up onto the shelf as that's their last time they're going to use those characters because they're all going their separate ways. I just thought that was beautiful. Then his younger sister and everyone's coming down to play D&D with Derek and all the other kids. So you know something's going to be set in the 90 with the kids that have just come down the
Yeah,
stairs because the brothers
true.
are
But then,
they're gonna,
yeah,
there's something's gonna happen there where they're gonna bring those characters back, and there's gonna be spin-off shows. There's gonna be everything. You can't just
right,
go for like nearly 10 years with
okay.
Harrington and not, give him a shot at his
Okay,
thing.
I'll take your Stranger Things, and I'll go. Welcome to Derry. Yeah, had elements of Doctor Sleep, which is one of Stephen King's best ones, which is an actual sequel to The Shining with
Oh yeah,
Jack Nicholson. That there were many tones to that one because you even had Dick Hallorann in there, who's actually in the Shining. He actually dies in The Shining. You also had the elements of basically the '60s culture. You had the racism and the
The
white
50s and
supremacy.
early 60s, wasn't it? Late
Right.
50s, early
Yeah.
60s.
And then
That was
you
that around.
saw, and then you actually saw them build onto the It series where he is not factored by time in the last episode, because he actually went into the future, yeah, and met and talking about Richie, which is Mark Richie, which you see in the movies, which is set in the '90s, to his mother, who was still in school. So this demon so Pennywise the dancing clown has no concept of time whatsoever. He can go in and out of the time stream whenever he picks. Now
Mm.
that to me, yeah, it takes it to the next element. When you're thinking of how he feeds on the fear of the society around him, everyone, all of them know that he exists, but they try and pass it off like it's acceptable, like it's the norm. But yet underneath them, yeah, he was already there long before the city was even built, and yet he's still feeding off the city, and you can kill
You
him, but
gotta
in the
love that
2060
the
cycle, he
military are
comes
looking
back.
for a weapon to fight the commies or the Russians with, you know? So,
Well, that's the Stranger Things
like,
again, isn't it?
all these seasons seem to, like, tie in commie, Russian, you know, Stranger Things did it for almost two seasons.
Yeah.
You know, the whole Russian arc, and you got some of them over here in Russia, some of them are over here in the States still. You're like, oh, God, please get this arc over with and get to the point where we were waiting for the finale of Stranger Things. And like I said, I just think it was done better than it. I mean,
Uh, well,
sorry, Welcome to Derry was
no,
very
no, no.
good,
I've
but
still got another season.
the overall horror in Welcome to Derry is stuff that I love. I'm a horror fan.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
I do love a good scare, but like some of it was so predictable as well. It's like especially the stuff in the movie cinema. You're like, oh, and then
Oh, but
she
I
comes out
enjoyed
and
that.
she's got
No,
the
but I
arm
enjoyed
hanging
that.
off of her, still covered in blood. You're like, yeah, I saw that coming as it was all going on. I'm like,
Yeah. Well, the last one, the little child, the daughter, the baby sister Susie, when she gets killed and the mutant baby kills her. Is that the scene you're talking about?
mm. Well, the very
Or the
start of
scene?
it where they're driving around the car and the thing flies out of the woman being pregnant, and you're like, oh,
Uh,
okay, all right. You're like, okay,
well,
that's just
he
a bit
sets himself
cringe. That's
up,
a bit
though, isn't it?
cringe-worthy. It's not so much scary. It's a bit cringe, really. They're all sitting there giggling away, and this poor kid's getting tortured. You're like, oh.
Yeah, but whatever. What about? Oh, okay then. What about Marge? Yeah, when she loses her eye.
Oh, that was a pretty good scene. I'll give it that. Like the whole chainsaw thing and the
That's the one.
you're like, oh. And she's like, the other girl, she's standing there. It's not what it looks like. She's standing there with a
That's the one.
fucking hammer. Oh man, it's like,
But
oh,
for me, yeah, like I said, yeah, for me, yeah, that has got to be my series of the year. There is so much going on in it, and I'm
I love
looking
it for the
forward to the
horror
next
and the
season when
gore,
they go
but
back in time again.
storytelling. Just for me, storytelling wise, I think Stranger Things beats it. The horror and the gore I love, but telling a story and being a story like Stranger Things, it's kept people around for over a decade, hasn't it?
True, but then yeah, but then
Believing people in their 30s are still at school, mate. You're like, fuck off.
nah, but
I'm
Corey,
40.
no, but you know what it is? Yeah, it's the element of this, this, this story. This Welcome to Derry, yeah, had the concept, had the parents here of of one of the main protagonists from the '90s series, and it bridged the '90s series with his cycles and showing you what he did in his previous cycles, and that's what I enjoyed is learning what Pennywise was like before he did the movies that we know and love with Tim Curry and with Skarsgård. So
Mm.
this is why I probably enjoyed it more because I remember watching the original series with Tim Curry, and I remember that's where my fear of clowns came from. So that's why I wanted to watch
I didn't need
Welcome to
it to be
Derry
scared of
before.
clowns. I just hate clowns. Simple.
Nah,
Didn't need
it's
it
some.
to tell me about it.
Nah, it's watching the guy go back in the pipe. Yeah, that bit scene was not right when you watch it the first time on TV, or when you watch Richie in the bath and he's killing and they watch Stan in the bath kill himself and he basically writes it on the wall as well. There's some bits
Mm.
in there that you just and even the Georgie bit, that Georgie bit in the first part of the movie. There's something wrong about Tim Curry yeah, when you see him dragging the kid towards his mouth, yeah, and looking like he's gonna bite the kid. That was just like, yeah, that's a bit off. and I was young at the time, so I was like, yeah, that was a bit off. But when you watch the Skarsgård one, when you see him tear the arm off completely, that's when you realize how graphic it actually is. But anyway, we have done with 2025. Let's move on to 2026 and what we're looking forward to. I'm gonna start with my favorite hero, well, one of my favorite heroes, and that's gonna be the brand new Spider-Man, Brand New Day.
The
And as you were
original.
talking about CD Sync, do you wanna kick off your thoughts, Corey, towards the new Spider-Man movie when it comes out?
I'm just eagerly waiting for any Spider-Man film because, like you, he is a main staple of most of what we're all into nowadays. He's one of the characters that can just always captivate and get hold of anyone at any age. Seeing as he was pretty much drawn in the very early '60s by brought
Yep,
to obviously to the late great man himself, made a comic
Stanley.
series, and you know, it just went all there. But I mean, you think poor Ditko doesn't get as much praise as what he should do for drawing Spider-Man?
Yeah, I agree. Steve Ditko
And
deserves a lot. He does deserve a lot of credit
he
because
deserves some of the reparations from it all, but like you can't give it to him now because he's long gone as well. So
mm. But well, you know
a lot of
what?
these
Tom Holland.
superheroes have got their humble beginnings. You know, Superman was pretty much war
No, but for this movie,
propaganda,
yeah.
and
Do you know what I'm gonna love, Corey? For this movie, yeah, this movie is a lot more grounded than the other ones because the main protagonist in this movie is gonna be Tombstone, and that's gonna be played by
mm,
the guy that was in Black Lightning, who played the main bad guy, Tobias Whale. So
yeah.
he's gonna be the yeah. So he's gonna be the brand new Tombstone, and we're also gonna have Hulk in there, and we're also going to have Scorpion in there for the first time because they're going to
Oh.
build up a character that we
As long
had
as
in
I
the
don't do
original one.
Scorpion dirty. As long as I don't do Scorpion dirty, because I
Well,
do
they've
love
given him
Scorpion.
so far in the trailers here. You can see they're giving him his suit and that. So they seem to have done him some justice. I'm hoping they're going to try and make him like the one that you saw in Spider-Man '95,
Mm,
where he's a bit of a geek at the beginning, but then they basically Jameson pays for him to have his DNA changed and match that of a scorpion, which is the rival of a spider. So I'm
yeah.
hoping that's the storyline that they go with. But we'll wait and see with that. But I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be a lot of links to that and the movie at the end of the year, which we'll talk about later. So let's move on to another. You just said you're a horror fan, so let's talk about Scream season number 7.
They need to do another Scream film after all this time. Like,
Oh yeah,
why?
because
So, I
Neve Campbell
mean,
needs
the
some
first
recognition,
couple,
dude.
need are great, but it's like other horror franchises that just won't stay buried. It's like, oh my god,
Yeah, but Neve Campbell needs
what was the?
exposure, dude.
I know, but I
What can
mean,
I
like,
say?
what was that film where they always had premonitions of their deaths and they escaped it and then break the cycle? I can't bloody remember what the bloody film's called now, but they've gone on far too long now. There's a
But
yeah,
no,
obviously
what
I
I'm
watched
saying
that.
though, Corey. No, but what I'm saying though, Corey, it looks like it's going to be a throwback to the original series, the original movies. But what I'm saying is, how many times are you going to get people looking for Sydney Prescott, yeah, wearing the screen marks? How many times are you going to catch that? They're going to keep going after Sydney all the time. What has
How many
Sydney
times
done
do we
like
need to
that to
see
attract them?
damsel fall over in garden and then gets killed?
True, very true. But yeah, I'm just looking and thinking, how many times does Sydney Prescott need to be stalked by a man wearing a Ghostface killer mask? I just don't understand that for me. So yeah, I'm gonna give Scream 7 a swerve, but that's just me.
I'll watch it out of necessity being a horror film, but after when a film is done 3 times, Theo, please go to your bedroom. When a film is done and overplayed so many times of the premise of the same killer and that, I mean, Jason, the last Jason
Yeah.
film was him being put through a bloody wood chipper. Like, this is just how are they going to kill him? Let's throw him in the wood chipper.
I hear
I'm
that.
like,
I
that
hear
film
that.
sucked as well. It's like, oh, when you had Jason versus Freddy in space, you know, they're running out of
Oh,
ideas.
yep.
Running out of
It was a cash
ideas.
grab. Right now, let's talk about as we're talking about games turning into movies. I'm going to talk about Super Mario Brothers. Finally, we're going to get a Super Mario Galaxy movie next year. And that's not the only video game adaptation that we're going to get. We're also going to get a brand new Street Fighter movie and a brand new Mortal Kombat movie. So, Corey, what are you looking forward to out of the comic book movies this next year?
Probably Street Fighter, to be honest.
Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes.
I'm not thinking more along the terms of, oh, look at the pretty wrestler. I'm thinking more along the terms of like Street Fighter. Also, like, I mean, Mortal Kombat. Those are the games that kind of ruled our like childhood, really, isn't it? We didn't have
Mm-hmm.
online back then, so if you wanted to
True,
dual
true,
play, you had your mate come over with his spare Mega Drive controller. You know,
true,
so
true.
I remember the original M Bison in the film. I mean, I know it was like cheesy, campy
Yeah,
90s stuff, but it was so brilliantly done for the time. And I just sit
very
back
much
and I just
true.
look back on everything like, oh God, really? It was like that. It was really a poor script, okayish actors. I mean, was it Van Damme was in there?
Yeah, it was in the 90s one. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the Van Damme, and the fact that they made Guile the main character in that was always something that I counted against because I'm a massive fan of the original Street Fighter, and Ryu was the main character for me. So any movie that is shot on Street Fighter and Ryu's not the main character, I really am not interested because it means that you're taking it from another perspective, and I really don't want to see it from that because he is the
Yeah, I
original
mean,
Street Fighter for me.
if we're talking just about films, I mean, this year there's two very big games that I can't wait for them to come out. So, just around the corner, February 27th, we've got Resident Evil Requiem. And then November time, we have hopefully, after nearly 15 years, Grand Theft Auto 6.
Hopefully, but we
So,
don't know. The amount of times it's been
like,
brought
we
back,
should hope.
exactly. The amount of times it's brought back is too much. But for old school nostalgia, yeah, I'm gonna say this. I am also looking forward to a film that's dear to my heart, and that is going to be the Magic Fireway Tree. Finally, yeah, the Magic Fireway Tree is going to be made into a movie, and we're going to get the likes of Moonface, Saucepan Man, Silky, the Adventures of Fran, um, oh gosh, come on, Joe, and I'm looking forward to it. I can't lie. But another movie that we're going to talk about, Corey, is going to be Supergirl. What are your thoughts on the brand new Supergirl when it comes out this year?
It's going to be great. I mean, they've, done a long build up from the Superman film. Obviously, his cousin's on a different planet and doing her own thing, living her life and finding herself. Whereas, obviously, you got Clark on planet Earth being its defender and its one true hero. And yeah, I mean, as long as they bring Crypto back, I don't care. As long as
Yeah,
Super
Crypto's
Dog's back
coming
there,
back,
As long as Crypto the dog's back, I don't care. All I want to do is
oh
watch
yeah,
his like cute little fucker,
Crypto's there, Corey. I've seen him in the trailer, and you've also got Jason Momoa coming back as Lobo as well.
Nice. Yeah, that guy's in everything and then nothing at all, really, isn't he, Joseph Momoa? It's like the
Jason
Minecraft
Momoa,
movie. Everyone
yeah,
was going on
but he's in the
about
brand new Street
the
Fighter 2,
Minecraft movie
Corey.
last year. Minecraft. It
Well,
was Jason Momoa, Joseph Momoa, Jason Momoa. Yeah, he's in it for the first half hour-ish, 40 minutes, then disappears and comes back at the end.
yeah, but he's also in the new Street Fighter as well, Corey. So there you have Jason Momoa's going to be everywhere next year, and some of the big movies of next year, he's going to be one of the major stars in that. So I'm going to be looking forward to that one. I can't lie, I'm looking forward to Supergirl. The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah, that's gonna be fire. I mean, it was a good series. They've left it a little bit too long between seasons. I think 2 years between. I know filming, directing, editing, everything like that can take
Mm.
its time, but it's been 2 years since the last episode, really, hasn't it? So it's feels like a bit like a stale one. I mean, we've got the new Walking Dead season coming out with Daryl Dixon, and it's mostly being shot in the UK now because last season they were in France. They used the Channel Tunnel to get across to England, but the whole thing how we got to France, the 2 seasons in France, and then going to England, it's like, yeah, I can't wait until it's over, sort of thing. And then you sort of like notice these things. Oh yeah, it's a very English old pub, and how they get here kind of thing. They were in America, right? So you just got to sit there and laugh. But I mean, I love that they're bringing the Walking Dead to the UK
Well,
now.
you know what? when I'm looking at the Mandalorian and Grogu, I am going to be looking at it from the fact that I was a massive fan of the Mandalorian series, especially season 2. I did like the way it joined into Boba Fett, and then it linked into Ahsoka as well. I do like the
All of
way
these
that they
things
brought in.
bridged over. I mean, they didn't completely ruin Star Wars Disney, but
No, no,
the
no. The
last three
Mandalorian is one
films
of the
did
better
do it.
series
I mean,
for me.
I like Soska as well because obviously the scene between Soska and Anakin before he becomes
Mm,
Darth Vader, you know, like
yeah,
that scene was absolutely lit. I loved it, but most of the stuff leading up to that was pretty meh.
yeah.
So,
I agree with
like, come
that.
on, when's the
I
good
agree
stuff
with
coming? When's
that.
the
But
good stuff
I am
coming?
looking
Then,
forward
like,
to the. I am looking forward to the Mandalorian and Grogu. I am looking forward to that movie when it drops in the summer. But another big movie that's coming out next year, I'm going to talk on it lightly, is going to be the Odyssey, which is going to be set in ancient Greece. And in this movie, you're going to have the story of Odysseus, and it's going to be Matt Damon and Tom Holland in the film as well. And because it's Nolan, you know you're going to get a good storyline. So I'm going to say I'm looking forward to watching the Odyssey. But we talked on it earlier, Corey. One of the biggest movies of the year coming out next year. We all know what it is. In December the 18th or the 16th. I believe it's December the 16th is the countdown. Avengers Doomsday, Corey.
oh, it's so long overdue, isn't it?
You know it's
So
true.
long overdue. It's ridiculous. Needs to hurry up
First,
now. Stop teasing us. Stop being that flirt. Stop trying to flirt with
well,
us. Just get it out already.
I thought I'd tease you a bit more, Corey, yeah, because I managed to get some of these pictures as
I love
well from
that
the
man.
brand.
I
I
love
thought
that
you would,
man.
Corey, and the X suit
I
as
love
well,
Sir
Corey. The
Patrick
X.
Stewart.
Oh yes, Corey. I thought you might like that
What
one.
an
And
actor and what a gentleman he is. Last
and
of the
another
last
one
good
is
actors out
Alan
there.
Cummings as the Nightcrawler's returning. And I'll give you another one, Corey. You also got Kelsey Grammer coming back as Beast, coming back he's in the trailer as well for the X-Men one. So I
Wait,
am
hang on.
very much looking. Oh yeah, that one
Didn't
came out on the weekend. The brand new one, the brand new HD one should come out by next week.
didn't Nightcrawler die in the last film?
No,
I thought he did.
Alan
Oh
Cummings
well.
only did X1, Corey, and then he left. He didn't die or anything like that. So he didn't like the suit he was wearing, yeah, and he didn't like the fact that the runes took time to paint on his face.
Hmm.
So that's why he felt very uncomfortable playing Nightcrawler, especially when it was done by Fox. But now that it's done by Disney, it's a lot more or less strenuous for him, I would suggest. So he's more than happy to come back and play it again. And for one, yeah, I'm actually happy that he is coming back to play it for one because it gives it some continuity and it basically tells you what the timeline is from the Avengers movies to X-Men 1, which was done in 97. So it's all the original X-Men. So the question is,
Look,
yeah,
as
and I
long as they
haven't seen
bring
her
back
share.
my babe, my absolute love, Halle
I knew
Berry,
you would
I'm
say that.
alright with that.
I knew you would say that.
I adore that woman. She is
And
gorgeous, man. Bring
even in
back Halle
Catwoman,
Berry, please.
Corey.
Catwoman. Oh. The film was bad, but she is hot. So that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying on that.
Right, and back to Star Wars. Yeah, we are going to mention the brand new animated series that's coming out, which is based on Darth Maul. Corey,
About
what are
time
your
this guy got
thoughts?
some. About time he got some more limelight. This guy.
Yeah, he's
Honestly,
got a whole brand
I
new
really
animated.
feel like that whole film where people just put it down. It's like the introduction to Jar Jar as well. So
Yeah, I agree.
let's not get this like twisted. Jar Jar made that film fail, not Darth Maul.
Yeah,
You saw Jar Jar.
but we but we
You
are
get that?
going to get but we're going to get a whole series here based on Darth Maul, Corey, and I'm looking forward to it. I can't lie. He is one of the best characters to come out of the original series for me. And like you said, yeah, right. I felt he was done dirty in that film because we only got to see him in that film, yeah, get sliced in half, and that was it. We didn't get to see him again until later on,
Didn't
where
really
we
get
got to see
sliced in half. He got
Rebels.
stabbed straight through, didn't he?
Yeah, he did,
It's the
but it
face
was.
he makes as he's falling down there.
Uh,
I still relive that in my head as a kid. That
no,
yeah,
but you know what I
fucking
liked
hell.
here, right? when you watch the original Clone Wars, the animated series, and you find out he's got a brother,
Mm.
and you find out the witches of Dama are linked to them as well. The witches of Dama are linked to them as well. And then you also then have the Rebel series where you've got Ahsoka fighting him. That for me, yeah, rounded him off better. And I think this one's going to be shot during the Empire as well, during the last of the Empire as well. So I'm looking forward to the series big time. I feel like this series
As long as
might
they,
be
as long as they give
redemption.
a good account of Darth Maul as well through the series, not just pad filler because like the film didn't really give too much on him.
Mm.
As long as there's more emphasis to his character, then you know, I mean, that whole film, I feel like where people give that such a hard, I don't know, the hatred for that film. I mean,
Because some of it's
I
pointless
think
story. In the grand scheme of it, you could have actually incorporated that movie into the second one. I mean, the second one would have been more um grounded because the second one, yeah, gets lost in so many elements. That's what I found in episode two. And episode one, there was so much filler in there that you could have just merged the two of them together and just made one.
pod race. Yes, we've won the pod race.
That's the one, basically, and that was it. And then
About
the fallback
a
of him
good
being in slavery, and then
a good
the
45 to
stuff on
50 minutes of
Naboo.
that whole film is leading up to that goddamn pod race, and another half an hour is the pod race. You're like,
Yeah,
just
but the
get it
thing
over
is,
with
even the stuff
already.
on Naboo, you know, when they fight there was 0 point in any of that. I know why they did it because they needed to have like a mirror to the original New Hope, but
Hmm.
for me, it was most of it was pointless for me, and that's why I said they should have incorporated that into the second one. That's what I felt anyway. I don't know if other people feel that way, but that's just me. But
I mean,
I'm gonna
the
mention
very
it,
first
Corey.
pre-Star Wars films, and then obviously the ones before Lucas sold out the Star, like Disney. Those 6 films, love them. The latter 3 films, still haven't watched them. I
Oh,
don't want to
fair
watch.
enough.
Some people call it woke wars now. I don't know. I really don't want to sit there and.
No. I read the books, Corey. I read the books, Corey. So I come from the books perspective as well. I didn't just watch the movies. I read the books for this. Same with Harry Potter. To be fair, I preferred the books to watching it on the movies in
Oh
some
yeah,
elements
but you
because
could
a
say
lot
that
of the
about
books,
Lord of the Rings as well. There's so much they missed out in the books
right,
from the films. So there's at least a good, I would say, 20 hours of missing content they could have done from the books minimum.
right. In the same with Harry Potter.
There's a whole part in the books that goes more in depth to the dwarves because they come across a dwarven town, and so
Mm.
yeah, I mean, there's more to the Lord of the Rings than what there is what we just see with the films. If you actually read
Right, and
Tolkien's
it's the
work, you'll
same thing with
understand there's
Harry
a lot
Potter.
more.
It's the same thing with Harry Potter for me. There's so much you could have done with Harry Potter, but you
Mm.
didn't incorporate it all. But
And now
then
they're trying to
you never
reboot and rebrand Harry Potter. I feel like they're going to redo this, and it's going to completely destroy Harry Potter.
no. What they're gonna do is that they're doing a TV series based on one of the minor characters. That's what they're gonna try and do. But fair play to Warner Brothers if they can do that. But
How many gingers can they stick
let's
in it?
mention another series that's coming out this year, The Boys season 5. Now I've just watched V, yeah, season 2, Gen V season 2, and there's a crossover to season 5 where you're going to see the characters from Gen V finally cross over to the boys. Now I'm looking forward to seeing that tie in. But the boys season 5, Corey, what are your thoughts on the boys season 5?
I still need to watch The Boys season 1. I haven't got around to it. It's one of those, I don't have a membership to watch it, and whenever I try to use certain websites to watch it, I end up with more viruses on my PC than what Bonnie Boo picks up. So
Kiddies, don't do things illegal now.
we
That's what
don't
happens when you
advocate
do
for
illegal
that.
business on the internet.
Yes, don't watch football for free online.
This is what happens when you misbehave on the internet. You get viruses and bans. Now don't be doing that.
How to get around the TV license? Watch it on the internet.
Right, anyway, we're gonna mention before we finish, yeah, because I wanted to do this, yeah. We got another series of Welcome to Derry coming out at the end of the year again. and we're going to be setting this one. I believe it's going to be in World War One territory, because we saw some of World War One at the end of season one of Welcome to Derry. So I think we're going to go back to World War One, and then the year before that, we're going to get the original of him coming down to Derry. So, Corey, what are your thoughts on the next series of Welcome to Derry, and how do you think it can make it better?
How can they make that? It's already a masterpiece, isn't it? Anything that Mr.
Yeah, but
King
then
does is a masterpiece. His psychological thriller work, as well as his horror work, is just second to none. His imagination is unmatched. A
I
lot of these
agree.
films take a lot of Stephen King's input, like books, TV, movies. A lot of these horror films take a lot of what Stephen King has done. I mean, I actually sat down and rewatched The Mist this week on Netflix and actually really enjoyed it again. That series. I mean, they've done it a few times, The Mist, but the Netflix series really does it
Hmm.
really well.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
like the film The Mist was shite, so
Uh-huh.
that's probably
Yeah, but
one of
it's
Stephen King's things that actually were like, well, they didn't really do this too well, the film.
yeah,
But
but
the
it's like the
series, they
Mangala.
did it
The
really well.
Mangala, the Mangala, yeah, which is starring Robert England, yeah, who played Freddy on Nightmare on Elm Street. That movie didn't come out too good when they shot the movie, but the book itself was a very good book. But for me, yeah, there's only about three of them that I do really do like.
I mean,
One of them,
I've heard rumors
actually,
that
actually,
they're talking about doing The Matrix 5.
okay,
I've heard
I'm gonna
rumors.
do this.
So as Mr.
Right,
Fish, as long as Mr. Fishlook comes back as a certain character that I love,
okay
then
then,
we're all
Corey.
right.
Corey, you just piqued my interest here. I'm gonna give you the top five Stephen King in my opinion. Yeah, right. Number one, yeah, is gonna be it. I have to put it number one because clowns and Pennywise, and especially that bit sitting on the balcony,
Really?
the original. Yeah, I'm gonna
Really?
put it,
Here's Johnny.
bro.
Come on.
Bro, trust me.
Here's Johnny.
Right, I'm gonna say this now, yeah. Right, there's something when you watch that series, yeah, the original series, and you watch episode two, and you see Pennywise the clown sitting on the stair, sitting on the library, yeah, and top of the balcony, and my man's playing with balloons, yeah, and he's making jokes
Does he know
about
Basuma?
poor, yeah, and my man's having the time of his life, yeah, swinging the thing around, bro. There is nothing like watching Tim Curry's face here when he's swinging that little, and he's
I
making
really
jokes,
do
bro.
feel for Tim
Richie.
Curry though. What's happened to him and like Bruce Willis,
I
that
agree,
whole
but
series is
Tim
absolutely
Curry is an
devastating.
actor. Yeah, but Tim Curry is an
Tim
actor,
Curry as an
Corey.
actor
There's
and
some
the body of work they did before he got sick is second to none. I mean, Home Alone
Corey.
2 speaks for itself, man. Like,
Nah, but not
what a
even
great
Home
thriller.
Alone. Not even Home Alone. Yeah, when you watch The Shadow with Alex
Who's
Baldwin.
Cedric?
Oh gosh, he stole that movie for me as oh gosh, even his death scene. This is where you go, Farley, and he puts the exit sign, and my man jumps out the window.
Mm.
There are the roles here for Tim Curry because they're just made for him and in his style of acting. But so that has
Method
to be number
actor.
one for me, right? Number
Not too many
two
method
has to
actors
be,
out there.
yeah, but there's some people that just shine in it, and that's him to a T. He shines in it, man. But I'm gonna say number two is gonna be The Shining. Number
Shining number
three,
one.
number three, I'm gonna put Sleepwalkers. So I did enjoy Sleepwalkers.
Yes, it's good. Number
Number
4 has to be The Mist.
I would say Carrie.
It has to
I
be.
would say Carrie or Children of the Corn. To be fair,
Carrie's great, but The Mist is just there's something like
it's the end bit of the mist.
it's more of a psychological thriller than what it is a horror. So it makes you think
Okay
where
then.
the scare's coming from. I love horror, but when it's a psychological thriller, I'm more in depth with it. I'm
Okay
more
then. So
like,
I'll
oh,
give you a psychological
like
thriller film.
when Jim Carrey tried to move away and do 23. That film was terrible, but it's about the only Jim Carrey film that
Okay.
I won't watch a second time.
Okay then. So if I said to you the longest walk, have you seen that film?
That was quite some time ago, but yeah, vaguely remember it.
That's Stephen King psychological thriller.
Yeah.
where they have to basically walk for it. It's a last man standing, isn't it? They walk. So they start walking from one area, yeah, and it's a last man standing, and whoever stops walking, yeah, they basically shoot them dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
that's a
mean,
Stephen.
what?
That for me, yeah, the way they done that movie was brilliant. I did enjoy that film, and that's a psychological. But then it depends on what you're looking for with Stephen King. For me, I always just mention the horror movies. So if I'm going psychological, you got The Green Mile, you got Shawshank Redemption, you got so many going on this. And like you said, he's with Stephen King. Yeah, he's diverse, and that's what I like about Stephen King.
I'm just
All right.
replying back to my mum quick. Hang on.
Oh yeah, we're online, man. Can't be doing that.
Hush.
Right, we're gonna end the show
I
now.
know we
Anyway,
live,
so
but
we're gonna end the show now, so Corey can go speak to his mum. So we're gonna end the show now. Yeah,
yes,
we'll
mummy
speak to you.
dearest.
Right, you gonna say your goodbye, Corey?
Peace out, much love. 2026, here we come.
Right, and I'm gonna say thank you for joining B.M.G.T on its voyage episode. Hopefully we'll be more coming out. We've got a show tomorrow night with me and Haz talking about Digimon. Corey, if you want to come on, you're very welcome to. We can talk about Digimon
I'm a
season 1,
Pokemon
season
guy.
2.
I will not
I
sit
know,
down
but
and
you
watch
could,
an
mate. Hey,
episode
come
of a
and
failed
learn
Pokemon
something.
wannabe.
Well, come and learn something, guy.
Digivolved. Oh, isn't that cute? Then he goes back to being a little thing again. My Charizard's staying a Charizard, bro.
Yeah, but why would I want Charizard there when I can have War Greymon, guy? Come on now. Or I can have Metal
I want to
Garurumon,
jump
guy.
on this guy's back and fly, and he breathes fire.
Hey. My man War Greymon can fly. My man War Greymon's got how
Mewtwo,
did you sword?
Gengar.
My man's got razor short claws. My man, get out of here, man. Right, bro, you don't know the power of Grey.
Your razor sharp claws are going to do nothing against ghosts, are they?
Bro, you don't know nothing about War Greymon, man. Trust me, when War Greymon starts coming through, not even War Greymon, it's when you start seeing Omnimon. Omnimon is a bad dude, blood. That's all I'm gonna say. That's a god level.
The only thing I can remember from Digimon is when the one of the voice actors of Ash dropped out from Pokemon and started doing Digimon. That's the only thing I can remember back then.
All I'm gonna say, yeah, is I'm looking forward to talking about Omnimon with my mate Hasbird tomorrow night. Corey, if you want to come on, you're very welcome to. Right, so
Now, if
I'm
we
gonna
sit here
say
and
it
talk
now.
Bleach, there's loads of stuff I could talk about Bleach.
Right. Well, you can talk about Bleach in your own time because because Corey, you're going to be making some shows of your own. So hopefully, you can talk about Bleach, yeah. Because I got so many other ones that I need to talk about. But I'm going to say it now, yeah. Thank you for joining us on
Burn the Witch.
B.M.G.T. Thank you for joining our maiden show. Smash a like, subscribe, tell all your mates, and bless and peace out.